Sorry to interrupt your program. We have breaking news from the National Hurricane Center. We are watching a potential catastrophic hurricane tread through the Gulf. As of right now, the cone shows a direct hit to the panhandle of Florida. We've received word that it's being called Hurricane Kooperman. We have a special guest from the National Hurricane Center to explain how a hurricane works.
Thank you, Jackson. Now let's start with the basics. A hurricane is defined as a low-pressure tropical cyclone that forms over the water. They can form in 3 different areas and are called different names based on where they form. A hurricane forms in the Atlantic Ocean, a typhoon forms in the Pacific, and a cyclone forms over the Indian Ocean.
Now, although hurricanes are the most recognizable, not all tropical cyclones develop into a hurricane. There are 4 necessary conditions to create a hurricane. The first one is an initial disturbance. This could be, for example, a thunderstorm off the coast of Africa. However, the storm must be at least 5 degrees away from the equator because there's no Coriolis effect there. That would prevent the storm from moving in the counterclockwise direction needed. The next condition is warm water. Hurricanes feed off of warm water.
That's right, Josh. The water must be warmer than 81 degrees. Luckily for hurricanes, because of the Coriolis effect and the ocean's currents, there's plenty of warm water off the east coast. The last condition is a weak wind shear. If the wind shear is too large, it will disrupt the eye, breaking the convective process. Because of these ingredients, hurricanes are most likely to form in the late summer and fall. If it looks like this storm has access to all those conditions, so hold on to your hats.
Now let's swing it over to our field reporter Clay in Panama City.
This is Clay Parker out here forecasting in the Panhandle, state of Florida, and the wind's starting to pick up here from Hurricane Kooperman that's starting to move in. The winds are starting to pick up. We actually have the storm surge starting to move up into our hotel that we're staying at. We're probably gonna have to move to some safer ground before long as the storm progresses here. Now just remember, this storm used to be a tropical storm down in the Atlantic Ocean, but now it's done progressed past that 74-mile-per-hour wind mark into hurricane status, moving up into major category 3 status, and then possibly moving in to the category 5 status of over 156-mile-an-hour winds. So we're just going to see how this storm progresses, and we'll check in later.
It's been a couple hours since we last spoke to Clay, and since then the storm has really picked up. The wind speeds are now 157 miles per hour, making it a category 5 hurricane here in Destin, Florida. I'm right outside the eye wall, and conditions are its absolute worst. I'm getting blasted with wind and heavy rain. Houses are being blown away right now. Nearly everyone in the Panhandle of Florida will experience some sort of power outages. Thank you.
It's the next day, and conditions are finally clear again. Luckily, my colleague Carissa is safe, but the city of Destin is in bad shape. Houses are flooded and completely missing. There are billions of dollars worth of damage, and thousands of people without homes, food, and water. The most devastating part of the storm was the storm surge. This type of flooding damages the coast fast. It takes less than 10 minutes for water levels inland to rise up to 18 feet. This was a historic hurricane, and the name Hurricane Kooperman will definitely be retired. I'm Remy reporting live.